Hello everyone, welcome to another Chelsea Transfer News Daily video for you guys, where I talk about many reports, all the latest stories surrounding Chelsea at this moment in time. And there's big news to speak about. Timo Werner, his release clause will be activated next week. Kai Havertz as well, what Raphael Honigstein, a German journalist, was stating about him, and all the latest reports regarding Kai Havertz, and could we potentially still be interested in Kai Havertz despite us already signing Timo Werner. Exciting stuff. And going to speak about Benjamin Chilwell and Nathan Ake as well, the interest and what the reports are stating, and also how Petr Cech and Frank Lampard's secret trip to Germany to speak with Timo Werner's reps and Timo Werner himself helped secure our deal for Timo Werner. But if you do enjoy this video, to smash the like button, subscribe and hit the bell notification, and comment down your thoughts and opinions on each topic that I do speak about. But without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Now, starting off with the main story, Timo Werner. Now, we know Timo Werner is edging closer and closer to becoming a Chelsea player, to becoming a Blue. And according to reports, according to Fabrizio Romano, the contract is ready. 5-year contract leading to June 2025. Going to be on around £200,000 a week. So, you know, the basic is going to be £170,000 a week, rising to 200k. And Lampard and Cech were able to sell their project. Now, with Timo Werner, his release clause will be activated next week. Now, there was a lot of panic and scare over the timeline on Twitter about 2 to 3 hours ago before RB Leipzig took on Paderborn, which ended 1-1, and Werner ironically got an assist. RB Leipzig chief executive came out and said that Chelsea had not even contacted RB Leipzig regarding Timo Werner. Now, I can confirm that is false. You know, Timo Werner will definitely be a Chelsea player because all the top reliable journalists, Matt Law, Fabrizio Romano, Raphael Honigstein, David Ornstein, have all reported that Timo Werner will become a Chelsea player, and we've known it for the last couple of days now. You know, it makes sense. You know, Timo Werner's preparing for a game against RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig want to chase that Champions League spot. You know, you're not going to try and distract the squad with an upcoming huge game for them. So, you know, it's diplomatic, it's professionalism. You can't judge. You know, at the end of the day, Timo Werner will be a Chelsea player, and we will be activating his release clause early next week. Expect around Monday, Tuesday to activate his release clause, and he will be a Chelsea player. Now, regarding medical, this is what a lot of people are interested about. Now, regarding his medical, obviously because of the COVID-19 situation, and any foreigners that come into the UK have to quarantine for a 2-week period, and obviously there's not enough time for that. So what's going to happen essentially, Timo Werner will conduct his medical in Germany, and then RB Leipzig will send the reports over to Chelsea so that Chelsea can have a look at the results of the medical. But everything should be good to go. The deal is done. He's agreed a contract. He's verbally agreed it, and Petr Cech and Frank Lampard flew over to Germany in their own time, you know, pre-lockdown. Now, let me get into that bit, which is interesting, how Frank Lampard and Petr Cech engineered the move for Timo Werner to become a Chelsea player. And that bit, my friend, is extremely interesting. That's the bit where, you know, it really emphasises and really gives us a glimpse of what we could potentially expect in the near future, or even in the future going forward. Now, Petr Cech has played a key role in bringing both Ziyech and Werner to Chelsea. Regarding Werner, Petr Cech speaks fluent German. He was used as a translator to speak German, with Lampard in attendance at the time to speak to Timo Werner's reps and Timo Werner himself, and use his own expertise. Now, regarding Ziyech, Cech was present in every meeting with Lampard, the player and agent. So, report by Telegraph, Matt Law, so very reliable, so this news is legit. And for me, that's quite interesting. It really emphasises that Petr Cech has a big part in our transfers, a big part in what we do at the football club, and that is great to see and great to hear. Now, a lot of, you know, fans are saying that Petr Cech was a PR move, it was to appease the fans. But at the end of the day, you know, he's going to be learning his trade, and he will become our technical director hopefully in the next 4 or 5 years. But for me, it's positive starts. You know, Petr Cech and Frank Lampard flew over to Germany in secret, you know, pre-lockdown, before lockdown occurred, to speak with Werner's reps, and he really convinced Werner that Chelsea was the right project, that we want to essentially compete with the best and be one of Europe's best in the next 2-3 years. And he really sold the project, the ambition, the goals that we have at Chelsea, what Frank Lampard's aiming to do, how Timo Werner will suit into the system, and how he will play Timo Werner. And by the way, I made a video on this earlier today, so go and check that out. I'll basically break down everything and analyse everything. But regarding this, it's really promising. It really gives us a glimpse, you know, bit of a sweetener of what's to expect in the coming years, and I'm excited, man. Every Chelsea fan should be gassed with this right now. This is exciting times ahead for us. You know, we've endured very, very poor transfer windows in recent times, but I think it's time to be optimistic. It's time to look forward and understand that it's a new era at Chelsea, and good things are coming. Good things are coming. And Ziyech, again, Cech was present in every single meeting, so he had a big part to play in convincing Ziyech that Chelsea was the right club for him, despite competing with Manchester United and Bayern Munich for his signature. And it came out by Christian Falk, the German news reporter, that Man City were heavily interested in Timo Werner, but the phone call by Frank Lampard cemented his decision to come to sign for Chelsea. Honestly, this is amazing news. Timo Werner will be a Chelsea player. Very, very excited about that. Now let's move on to other news, other targets, and that is regarding Benjamin Chilwell and Nathan Ake. Now, again, it was reported by Fabrizio Romano yesterday that Chelsea are also in talks with Leicester to sign Benjamin Chilwell. He wants to join and knows that Lampard also wants him. Now, this isn't new news. A lot of us know that Lampard's first choice for the left back spot is Benjamin Chilwell. Benjamin Chilwell is desperate for Chelsea. He wants to move to London. He sees Lampard as a top coach. Chelsea are a massive club. He wants to join Chelsea. He may even force move to Chelsea if negotiations do break down, which I'll get on into a minute. But as Fabrizio Romano reported, Nicolas Tagliafico is an option if the Chilwell deal does fall through, which does have a high possibility, as I'm hearing, and also what the reports are stating. Now, regarding Chilwell, it's at the moment there's been a collapse. The deal's not collapsed completely, it's just negotiations have collapsed. Now, originally Leicester wanted £85 million. Now they've lowered their valuation and they're willing to accept around £60 million for a signature. For me, I still believe that is a bit pricey. Marina and Chelsea don't want to pay above £45 million. So there is, a £50 million gap in evaluation. That is a lot of money, especially in today's market and with the coronavirus situation, despite him being Lampard's first choice. And when you've got someone, in my opinion, who's even better than Nicolas Tagliafico, who's, a third of the price of Benjamin Chilwell, it makes no sense as to why we'd, give into Leicester City's demands. Now, is Ben Chilwell a good player? That's completely irrelevant to this question. Yes, he is a good player and he does have good potential, but the price here, Leicester want outrageous amounts of money for Benjamin Chilwell, and Chelsea simply don't want to reach, those amounts of £60 million. And so as a result, there is a collapse in negotiations, and it looks highly likely that, Lampard has accepted that Ben Chilwell might be a bit too, hefty in price, and it looks like Tagliafico is the player that we work on. Now, if you are focusing our attention on Tagliafico, that deal can get wrapped up quickly because Ajax have already put its valuation at £22.4 million. But we are still pushing with Chilwell, so negotiating not dead in the water. We are still pushing for Chilwell, but it's just looking a bit more unlikely as we speak. Now, getting into Ake. Ake is the interesting one here. Now, it came out yesterday again by Fabrizio Romano, who wrote for The Guardian. Chelsea are interested in re-signing Nathan Ake. The defender could be available more cheaply if Bournemouth are relegated. Chelsea are also monitoring him. Now, with Nathan Ake, obviously, we do have that buyback clause of £40 million, and that does actually expire this summer window. Now, what I read somewhere in Matt Law's podcast with Alex Goldberg on the byline was that Lampard is actually not a fan of Nathan Ake and he wants a world-class marquee centre-back. Now, this was back in February, and obviously a lot has changed since then. The coronavirus situation here, and as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know from what I heard, centre-back was a massive priority on our list, on our shortlist for signings. Now, obviously, at this moment in time, because of COVID-19, centre-back is no longer a priority because there's other more urgent areas to fix, such as left-back, winger, striker, etc., etc. And so a world-class centre-back will be highly unlikely to be signed in this summer window. Now, as a result, like I keep saying, Nathan Ake has resurfaced. Now, the interesting part here, as we know, the £40 million buyback could be expired this summer. But if Bournemouth do get relegated, and they're currently sitting in the relegation zone, if they do get relegated, they could sell Nathan Ake for about £20 million. And I think that is a very, very good fee for Nathan Ake, who's a left centre-back, left-footed, 5'11", very composed, ball-playing centre-back, commanding, good passing, good interception, good at reading the game, and there's a decent centre-back, not that top quality, top-notch, world-class calibre centre-back, but he is quite a good centre-back. Again, there are much better options out there, and I think it's money better spent elsewhere, and I think that if you do sign Nathan Ake, that would, basically hint that one of our centre-backs have to leave, because you can't just have 5 centre-backs on your books, and we can't only have 4. So I guess that wouldn't make too much logistical and financial sense, but I guess we'll see what happens on that one, and essentially it's a waiting game. Now, getting into a final story, and it's the one that you guys will be very, very hyped about, that is Kai Havertz. Now, today it came out by Raphael Honigstein, a German news reporter, reliable German news reporter who writes for The Athletic, stated, "No club is in pole position to sign Kai Havertz, but Bayer Leverkusen want north of €100 million for his signature. Now, a lot of you thinking, well, Kamal, you know, if he's north of €100 million, we just signed Werner. We have a lot of attacking ability. Surely we're not going to sign Havertz. Now, originally that's what I thought. I thought us signing Werner would rule out Sancho and Havertz. Now, it came up by CFC Bayern, a Twitter page who is written by Christian Falk, the reliable German news report, stating the Chelsea are still interested in Kai Havertz despite us signing Werner. Now that is interesting. That is signifying that we are still trying to work on a marquee signing, either Sancho or Havertz. And as Raphael Honigstein has stated here, no club is in pole position for Kai Havertz, so everyone has an equal playing field here. And obviously we want to sort out left back because that is more of a priority. But if we get left back done and the timing is right and the funds are available, because we are going to sell some players, then Kai Havertz could be a real possibility. And for me, it's exciting times. Like I keep stressing, it's exciting times, and we'll see how everything pans out. But if you did enjoy this Chelsea Transfer Daily video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.